everybody? Welcome back to Sport Bike Menace. So, we're going to go to a bike week in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And then there's going to be another meetup, but that's going to be a separate video. It's called The Purge. That's going to start at 5 o'clock. So that one's going to be more fun, more wild. I'm going with a group of friends for this one, and I got my other friends that I'm going to ride with later on. So I'm just going to be basically in and out of the video, just showing off basically just us riding. And then when we get there, make a little video, coming back, make another little video, call it a day. Now the one that I really care about is The Purge. That one's going to be popping. It's gonna be epic. You already know I love to wall out. I love it. I don't like going slow. I'll be out. Be a long ride. It's an hour ride. That's how I do. I don't like going slow. So basically, again, we're gonna go to this bike meet. I'm gonna look around, see how it looks like, and then just enjoy the day, and then come back and just wait for the other ride and see how that all turns out to be. But you already know though, I'll keep you guys posted. We'll be right back. We just rode up on a real biker crew. Well, you know what I mean, like everybody rolling together. And there's a long line of them. Oh man, there's a lot. Now, I guess they're all going to this one in Gettysburg. Don't get me wrong, that's why I want to go to the one that's called The Purge. It's more for sports bike and a younger crowd, and not like, you know, it's more my style. I'm kind of glad I didn't invite my friends to this one. They wouldn't feel comfortable. So it's all good. Hey guys, so we're back. So we did not get to go to the meetup because there was a motorcycle accident with one of the guys in the group. I do not want to say what bike it was and what happened because I did not ask permission to record his bike, and since he's a fellow rider in my, you know, in like our normal group. Now if it was just a random person, it'll be a different story, but since we know him personally and he's a subscriber to my channel, I do not want to put his business out there like that. So I won't say what bike it went down, I won't say what happened. Don't ask me in the comments. He is okay. He has some road rash, but he is okay. The bike is not okay. It is totaled. What I can say for just any rider out there, this is not, you know, to him, this is to everybody, you know, make sure you guys ride safe. If you guys, you know, are not capable to react a certain way, so if you guys are like going really fast and you guys are not able to stop ahead of time, then don't do it. If you guys are not comfortable doing wheelies and do not understand the consequences to what it does to the bike and you can't correct it, then you should not do wheelies. Same thing with the rolling burnouts, with anything with the bike. Now me, I do my own work on my bike, so I know what my bike is capable of doing. So I'm prepared for everything as much as I possibly can. Now when people just pull out in front of you, then it's a different story. So it's all about if your skills are good enough, and not only your skills is also your bike, the capability of your bike. If you are out of maintenance, meaning the brakes are not fairly new, your rotors are not fairly new, also if you did not bleed the brakes, doesn't got brand new brake fluid, if your tires are worn, if the bike is not at its best, do not push it to be its best, because you did not prepare it to be that. On top of that, meaning this other guy, we talked about this, you got to warm up your tires before you decide to do canyon rides. Also, it's like buying brand new tires. You got to warm them up. You got to like give them at least 100 miles onto those tires before you want to beat up on those tires. And every tires are different. Some are made for something different, some are made for others. So you got to know what you're getting yourself into. I'm used to doing wheelies, but I pick and choose when I decide to do them. I make sure I give myself distance from me and the other person, for one. For two, I look ahead to make sure that there is no gravel, no potholes, no cracks. So if I do a wheelie, that I can do it safely. No, I did not bring it all the way up, right? But that's not the point of you acting up and enjoying the bike. You don't have to push the bike or push yourself to the limit to show off to somebody else, because that's when you're putting yourself at risk. You're putting your bike at risk. So it's just enjoy the bike, have fun with the bike, and if you do decide to do a wheelie and you don't bring it all the way up, or you don't take it as far as you would like to, it's called practice. So like some people might do this. They bring it up a little bit, like just a little tiny bit, and then they bring it back down. That's called practice. I started like that. I was doing little wheelies, little wheelies, little wheelies. As little by little and little by little, I went up higher, 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 and longer, longer, longer. And I always had that understanding that you got to be careful where you do it at. You can't always just pick a road. Oh, I'm gonna do it here, I'm gonna do it there. Not all roads are different. See, I got a yellow. So it's called just predicting as much as you possibly can, predicting the future, what could go wrong. If you think that it might go wrong, abort the mission. Do not go through with it. There's times where when I bring it up, it goes up lopsided. Guess what? I bring it right back down. I do not commit to it. Do not commit to a bad wheelie. Do not commit to a bad rolling burnout. Not commit to something that you know is going to end wrong. On top of that, when you guys do a wheelie, you guys got to make sure it comes back down, not slamming down, because one is going to bend your forks, you're going to blow the fork seals, so that's not going to be fun. On top of that, when you slam down on the front end, your body wants to basically flip over the front handlebar. So what your body does it basically pushes down onto the throttle hand. When it pushes down on that throttle hand, now you're that's what you're doing, whiskey throttle. And it jerks your body backwards. And as it's jerking your body backwards, it's pulling your wrist with it. So when you're doing a wheelie and you bring it down so hard, you whiskey throttle, you're in first gear, because usually a lot of the people that I know use first gear to do a power wheelie or a clutch up. So that's going to be your touchy. First gear is always going to be touchy. Second gear, I can do this all day. And it's not bringing up the front end. I'm not power wheeling in first gear. Now don't get me wrong, if there's a little hill, I can bring it up. I can bring it up in second. So I don't want to make this video too long. It's stay within your bounds. Stay within your means. Do not push your bike and your body when it's not ready for it. And pick and choose when to do something. Don't just do it just for the hell of it. If I see my friend doing a wheelie, does not mean that I'm going to do it just because I saw him do it. I will look at the road and be like, okay, I can do it. This is a straight road, level, no gravel, no oil marks, no water marks on the floor. It looks like it's a clean road. On top of it, you gotta be careful, because some of the roads in the back are they're cold pavement. If they're cold pavement, you need them as hot as possible so it can keep heating up the tires so you got grip. And it depends on the tires that you guys have that you can hold a wheelie. The tires that I have on is a 55. What does that mean is that these are actually meant to do circuit racing. They're not meant to do doing a wheelie, because they're not flat, they're at an angle. So my bike wants to throw either to the right or throw to the left. So it makes it harder for me to balance on the rear wheel. So it's harder for me to keep it longer distance. But I'm not upset if I have to bring it back down. If I bring it back down, it is what it is. I can bring it back up whenever I feel like it. Don't get me wrong, I was able to hold the wheelie to, you know, max out to red line, and then I brought it down. So anyways, the point is, everybody, make sure you guys are safe. Do not total out your bikes. Do not get yourself hurt. It's not worth it. You know, if you're comfortable acting up and you're able to think quickly enough, then you can do it. I gave myself enough time where I can brake. I'm not going to ride him to the very end, and then if he has an emergency stop, I'm going to rear end him. Make yourself a bubble that if anything goes wrong, that you can correct whatever did go wrong. Now don't get me wrong, I had my close calls today on the highway when I was doing wheelies. I had the death wobble. That's when the handlebars are going side to side. And I wanted to experiment. I gave it more throttle as the handlebars are going side to side. Guess what it did? It wobbled even more. So what I do? I let go of the throttle. Let go of the throttle, and it calmed itself down. Once it straightened out, I was able to pull back on that throttle. So I made this video long enough. So I was not able to go to the first meeting. I wasn't able to go to the second meeting. And I'm going to say it like this. I got dissed. And nobody called me to let me know that they were leaving, so they dissed me, which is all good. So I wasn't able to go to the first one or the second one. So it is what it is. But I really don't think I'm going to be doing group rides anymore. Maybe if it's just me and my other friend, but to ride in a group, I don't think I'm going to do that. Trust me, I think I'm entertaining enough by myself just doing wheelies and going fast. Ride safe, stay safe, please be careful, subscribe to the channel, put a like, put a comment, wish the guy the best, you know, wish for him to get a new bike. But please don't ask me questions about how it happened, because I won't answer. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.